Right, you're listening to Armageddon's Runway, the Prepper's Paradox, Beyond Beans. A proper Prepper FM production, with one voice, 1 hour, no nonsense. Here's Dougie MacPrep, a man with enough gorilla tape and common sense to make the end of the world feel manageable. Settle in, and here we go.
You're listening to Armageddon's Runway, survival fashion for the end of the world. Practical, tactical, and just a little bit sarcastic.
Greetings, listeners, and welcome back to another Armageddon's Runway. Right, let's get this out the way. Folk hear the word prepper and picture a man shouting at clouds from a bunker full of tin cans. That's not me. I'm a practical bastard with shelves. The difference between mad and prepared is usually a power cut. You might have come here for a laugh. Fine. There'll be laughs. But you'll stay because at some point the lights went out in your street, your phone died quicker than your patience, and you realized nobody's coming to fix your problems in under an hour. That's the first lesson. No cavalry. Just you, your wits, and whatever you stacked to when it was still boring. I'm not here to sell you fantasies or fear. I'm here to speak plain. I'll swear. I'll take the piss. But I won't lie. Prepping isn't panic. It's quiet admin for unpleasant days. It's labeling a box when everyone else is posting a complaint. So, breathe. We'll go through the what, why, and how, and we'll leave the hero costumes to folk who need applause. First things first, the main principles. Write this down if you've got a notebook. If you haven't, that's your first mistake. Water beats everything. Heat beats hype. Light beats fear. Power beats pride. Sanitation beats bravado. Food beats fantasy. Tools beat talk, medication beats motivational quotes, information beats rumor, practice beats purchases. See the theme? Grown-up problems, grown-up answers. Not manifesting, not memes, systems. You want to be boringly resilient, because boring is what carries you through the dark without the drama. It's not just water, it's life and non-negotiable. You'll last 3 days without water if you're lucky, less if you're daft. So we start here. Storage. Have actual containers, jerry cans, BPA free, lidded HDPE drums, and stackable water bricks. Don't trust pretty kitchen decanters, they're for Instagram and algae. Store cool, dark, off concrete if you can. Mark the fill date. Rotate quarterly, or add proper water preserver drops if you want longer. Filtration. Get a gravity filter for the house. No, not a toy straw for camping selfies. A proper gravity system that handles bacteria and protozoa. I've got a pair of ceramic candles in stainless that outlive politicians. Portable, a Sawyer Squeeze, or equivalent in the bag, plus chlorine dioxide tabs for backup. Tabs don't care if your hands are freezing, they just work. Collection. Gathering feeds. IBC totes if you've got space. Otherwise, collapsible rain catchers. Pre-filter with a bit of mesh, or even a cut-up t-shirt to keep the sludge out. A manual pump and some food-grade hose to move it without swearing your back into retirement. And this is where folk get squeamish. Toilets. Learn to bucket flush. Line a second bucket with heavy contractor bags and pine pellets or cat litter if the drains back up. It's grim. It's also sanitary. Nitrile gloves aren't glamorous, but neither is dysentery. Let's talk about light and power. See first, think second. Darkness expands fear. So you punch holes in the dark. Headlamps, not just torches. Hands-free, rechargeable, ideally ones that swallow common cells, AAAs or AAs, so you can feed them different diets if needed. Keep spare cells in a hard case, don't let them rattle around like a bag of marbles and sparks. Power banks, 2 decent ones. One rides daily, one lives at home fat and smug. Pair them with a folding solar panel that's actually rated to do more than warm your hopes. Cloudy sky, fine, it's slower, but it still works. The sun's the last reliable grid we've got, and it doesn't send you invoices. Chargers? A multi-chemistry smart charger for the various batteries you own, and 12-volt car adapters for everything, because your vehicle is a generator with seats. Label your leads. Cable management isn't pretty, but neither is unplugging your comms to power a milk frother by mistake. I've done it, once. Heat and shelter, staying above miserable. Cold rots morale first and fingers second. You don't need a tent that looks like a woodland cottage. You need layers and barriers, mylar bivvy and blankets, not just for wrapping yourself like a baked tatty. Behind your bed, they reflect heat back. Hang one as a heat shield behind a safe heater. Wool blankets because wool still insulates when wet and doesn't care about your poor life choices. Tarps. Get 2. One heavy duty, one lighter, both sensible colors. You'll use them for shelter, ground sheet, privacy screens, and a dozen jobs you've not thought of yet. Pair with paracord, aluminium stakes, and Gorilla Tape. Because when the fabric fails, that adhesive holds dignity and seams together like it means it. Heaters. If you've got a safe indoor option, good. If not, learn to cook on a canister stove with decent ventilation or a multi-fuel stove outdoors. And for the love of survival, keep carbon monoxide alarms alive and tested. You can't outthink gas. The food without the fantasy. No, we're not doing the cliche. You want stable calories and fat that doesn't turn rancid before your temper. Think oats. Because breakfast that doesn't need electricity is civilization. Rice? Yes. But store it properly in Mylar with O2 absorbers or in vac-sealed portions. Cook it with a measuring cup, not guesswork. Tinned fish and tinned chicken, protein that doesn't lie. Tinned veg you'll actually eat. Peanut butter or nut alternatives. Fat plus protein, pure morale. Cooking oils in sizes you'll finish before they turn. Salt. You think you got enough? You don't. Spices in sealed jars. Flavor buys compliance from fussy eaters. Multivitamins because no one grows fresh spinach in winter or by wishing hard enough. Bulk is fine if you rotate and actually cook. Practice now. Set a week where you cook as if the power's dodgy. Gas ring, camp stove, or barbecue. See what fails. Solve that while shops still smile at you. Sanitation and health, the unsexy lifesavers. This is where folk pretend they're above it. Then they get a ration a lesson. Nitrile gloves, boxes, plural, hand wash stations, a big jug with a tap, a bar of soap in a mesh bag, white vinegar and bleach, labeled dilution ratios on the bottle with a marker, vinegar for cleaning and pickling, bleach for disinfecting, not cocktails, trash bags, contractor grade, bags are infrastructure, baby wipes, you'll thank me the third day of no hot water, toothpaste and brushes. Your dentist is not an emergency service. Basic meds, painkillers, antihistamines, rehydration salts, antiseptic, plasters, gauze, tape, ASAM splint, and a thermometer. If you're on prescriptions, keep a buffer if the law and your GP allow it. Head lice comb for bairns, don't laugh, you'll see, and get trained. A wee first aid course beats a backpack full of gear you're scared to open. Let's not forget tools and repairs. You don't need a garage that looks like a catalog. You need reliable basics, multi-tool you actually carry, fixed blade knife with a sheath. Learn to sharpen it, it is not a butter knife. Folding saw, safer than swinging an axe when you're tired and stupid. Pry bar, doors, nails, leverage. Screwdriver set, hex keys, spanners, standard sizes. Zip ties in sizes you think are excessive. Double it. Gorilla tape, obviously. Patches tarps, seals cracks, shushes rattles. Headlamp, again, because work happens in the dark. WD-40 and dielectric grease. Corrosion steals weeks of your life. Vehicles, keep fuel stabilizer, a siphon, jump leads, tire plug kit, compressor, and a paper map. Phones are brilliant until they're shiny bricks. Information and comms. Don't be the last to know. Rumor spreads faster than help. Have ways to receive info when the net sulks. Battery or crank AM/FM radio. Small, rude, and reliable. A notebook and pencil for dates, times, and instructions. Printed checklist for outages. What to shut off. Who to call. Where the spare keys live. A simple rally plan with family. If comms die, we meet at X by Y o'clock. Write it down. People forget under stress and then blame fate. Now storage and rotation, having shelves that work. Stack smart. Heaviest low, labels front, oldest out first. A cheap hygrometer in the cupboard. Moisture absorbers where it matters. Mouse traps. Humane if you like, effective either way. If you've got a garage that floods every November, maybe don't store paper towels on the floor like an Egypt. Quarterly routine, check water, check batteries, test gear, replace what's walked off. If you can't maintain it, you don't own it. It owns you. People, boundaries, barter, reality. You can't save everyone. You shouldn't try. But you can choose your circle, folks who bring skills, not drama. Skills like mechanic, nurse, plumber, cook, teacher, electrician. Braggers need not apply. Barter is fine if you understand costs. Smokes, coffee, chocolate, Candles, lighters, batteries, these speak fluently in a crisis. Don't trade away your water, your meds, or your safety. Keep spares specifically to trade so you're not tearing your own foundations out to win a smile. And OPSEC, operational security. You don't need to brag about your shelves. You're not a corner shop. Help where you can, sure, but don't turn your house into the village shop because you've got a kind heart with no locks. So, that's the spine of it. Not glamorous, not romantic, effective. You don't need permission to get ready. You don't need a form handle or a flag on your rucksack. You need a plan, a pencil, and a few shelves that don't collapse when life leans hard. Start with water, add light, add heat, add power, add sanitation, add food you'll actually eat, add tools you can use without bleeding, add medications, add information, practice, then forget about it and live your life. Because the point of preparation isn't to worship disaster, it's to make disaster smaller than you. And if some pal asks, why have you got all that stuff? Smile. Tell them, because I like solving problems before they start. Then change the subject. You've got better things to do than chat bollocks. Always. Remember the rule of 3. 3 minutes without oxygen. 3 hours without shelter. 3 days without water. 3 weeks without food. Always keep this in mind when stocking your preps, and you shouldn't go wrong. Right, kettle on, shelves checked. That'll do. Till next time, Slarngavar.
That concludes this transmission of Armageddon's Runway. May your socks stay dry, your boots stay strong, and your neighbors stay distracted.
That was Dougie MacPrep with the Prepper's Paradox, Beyond Beans. If your lights go out tonight, you'll be fine. You've got a plan now. Our next Prepper's Paradox is Confessions of a Comfort Hoarder. Until then, keep your water clean, your batteries charged and your mouth shut about your cupboards. And if you like this episode, then come on, drop us a like, a share, and if you're up for more, then subscribe. Cheers. See you all laters.